The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace. And you're just being an absolute tease today, Candace.
A tease?
Yep, 100%.
Why?
You're just trying to attract mosquitoes, aren't you, with that no-sleeve shirt?
Oh, my God. Look, I believe mosquitoes, I'm their favorite, whatever you call it, meal.
Seriously believe that mosquitoes like certain people more than others.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. I think that every time I go out, they zap me. I had a big whelp here and one on the back. Now, I mean, if I don't spray down with bug spray, I'm for sure going to get
I've heard that, what is it, that Avon Skin So Soft also runs skeeters off?
Yeah, that has always been a go-to for a lot of people. Yeah, that does work.
But there's nothing like the smell of a woman with off on her.
Oh, I can't.
Why they haven't made that fragrance, I don't know.
Yeah. I sprayed my legs and my arms the other night, and I mean, it was about to make me sick. Like, it just...
The campaign slogan, a little dab will do you.
Yeah. I've always heard a bounce sheet works, too.
Really?
Like, like if you're cutting grass or something, you can put
Just
rub
wipe
a bounce
down?
sheet on, yeah. So, I don't know.
Well...
But,
I know that they're big here, and even, they can say what they want, but that was a joke when that made it to the official round of the state flag.
Look, I'm serious, though. I said the other day I think they need to remove the mockingbird and put the mosquito for the state representative.
I'm just pointing out that whole thing there.
Yeah.
So how is everyone today? We hope good as we're warming up. Fog's starting to burn off. Did you get off into any this morning coming in?
No, I didn't really see a whole lot of fog or anything. So
we had some earlier, and then the Philadelphia area, folks, was just covered in fog this morning. So we do hope that you made it through all of that okay, and you didn't get in it. What does the forecast call for us today? I have two different readings. The National Weather Service is saying 40%. My radar system says, well, hold on, 50% chances. We take a look at what is forecast today. We'll get to about 87. Not bad, but look at the temps. Nice, in the mid-80s. And then the weekend, well, 60% chance. Friday and Saturday looks like it could be wet.
goodness.
So if you were planning something, aim more toward Monday and Tuesday if you got an outside event.
We're having Alden's birthday party Saturday. So
A jumpy thing?
yeah, we're going to do that, I think. So, but it'll be inside.
Oh, we got to. Let me ask this: do you have a clown coming?
No. I'm not a big fan of the clown.
Well, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and really, what was the deal with everybody panicking over clowns and making it illegal to dress like a clown? Why?
I don't know. Clowns can't, depending on,
But they're not going to hurt you.
I know, but they're just, I don't know.
If you were to stand on a street corner dressed as a clown, whenever that was, you would have been put in jail.
You know the masks, though, the clown, like, mask things that you can get at Halloween and stuff? Those are just creepy to me. Like, we had a Halloween party years ago and had some of those masks that we had borrowed from somebody because we did a haunted house. They are creepy. I don't like it. I mean, just the thought of one of those things standing there looking at you. You don't know who's behind the mask.
But, I mean, really, a clown. I know there is a lot of people that have fears, and why the clown, there's a lot of people that did that as a living, and now they're broke because they made this national campaign against those poor folks.
Now, like Bozo the clown, that's not a big deal. But these weird-looking clown masks, that's kind of freaky looking.
Look, I'm hearing there's already an uptick in the neighborhood watch program on 23rd Avenue. There's a lot of folks already signing up this morning that want to be a part of it. Why? Last night, well, let's go ahead and just pull this up. Let me show you where all this happened here. Again, huge uptick in everybody wanting to be a part of this neighborhood watch, see what goes on. Why? A woman was reported in 1700 block of 23rd Avenue with no shirt last night, walking up and down the street.
Goodness.
Neighborhood watch. They want to see what's going on.
It just makes me wonder, is there some kind of a drug people are taking or something that makes you shed your clothes? I don't know.
It's called tequila. That's what I'm told anyway.
Goodness.
Joe Nichols sang about that, if y'all remember there. Makes her clothes fall off. But
some people are like definitely moving violations. They don't
we didn't get reports if everybody wanted to wear sunglasses after seeing that event either. Of like, whoa.
Blindfold, yeah.
But that did go on in the wee hours of the morning there. We also know We're waiting for more reports from Chief Deputy Ward Calhoun this morning, but take a look at this. We had a car chase in Meridian last night. It could have been some, what do you call those that's illegal to have in your car? Oh, drugs.
Oh.
Possibly. The chase started there on 9th Street and come across, and well, it come to an end there when they bailed out of the car. They were taken into custody. We'll get more details on this in just a little bit as deputies made an arrest last night. And again, I'm pushing the limit there, but I think it's going to be drug related. We'll hear from Ward here in just a little bit. But I had several questions on that. What's up with all these blue lights passing by the house? That's what was going on. They were doing their best to get away, and they might have roll down the window quick before they get here.
Yeah,
throw it out.
Stuff out.
Deputies,
I'm sure they can see that, though.
Yeah, deputies are real good about going back to where it was. They got dash cameras.
Or a dog.
Yeah.
Drug sniffing dogs, yeah.
I don't know why they don't just start hiring some grandmas, because grandmas are really the best detectives there are. You lie to me, boy?
I think I could be a detective. I really do.
I really think that, when they take you in that little room and shake you down, if they just put a few grandmas up in there, we'd have an end of crime, I think.
I know when my kids, my daughters used to go out on dates, they didn't want to tell me whoever it was last name because, I'm always going to their Facebook page.
Right.
I'm dig into it, because I got to see who's, what they're about. Because you can tell a lot about somebody when you look at their Facebook.
You sure can.
Subject matter. So one or two of them I didn't like when I turned it on. When I went to it.
I see that Bill Reinhardt has been in the Pine Sol this morning. Accidentally sniffed some. He says everybody's beautiful in their own way.
Right.
Hang in there, Bill. We had a slight fender bender yesterday on I-20. If you were coming, leaving Meridian, I-20 westbound, an 18-wheeler. And it's always frightening that you'll be bumped by one. Well, the scare turned into reality. It wasn't serious, but let's go here and take a look at what we know happened yesterday as we head back to I-20. Here's the scene right there. This is the back of the log truck there. As you'll see, he bumped someone. He came up on him, and the truck jackknifed. Let's look at the second picture here. As you can see off into the distance there, MHP sitting there, and the truck just kind of skidded off into the median. No one seriously hurt, but it could have turned into something worse. So we're thankful for the way it did happen.
Yes. Thank goodness nobody's hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a lot of things went on yesterday. I spoke with all of our folks that watch us in the Kemper County area. DeKalb, let's go up there. Let's go just north of Highway 16, right across from where the Dollar General sits. And what do we find? Oh, there was a drive-by shooting yesterday. And it happened there at DeVille Apartments. One person was rushed to the hospital. Another person got rushed right down to the Kemper County Jail. One person taken into custody. We'll await more details on this. James and them are investigating this. Could be more people involved. We'll find out.
Okay.
Boy.
Lots going on. Goodness.
Be careful in those areas there. Those just a scary time. We have an accident that happened. I spoke with Eric Clark last night also. There was an accident on Highway 15 North as we go into Neshoba County. Let's pull this up here. This would be at County Road 832 is where this is, in the Stalo community last night. Nothing major, but it was a fender bender there that kind of slowed traffic for a little while.
Nobody hurt, though.
No, not that I'm aware of, seriously. So good news turned out on that. Now, I have to say this was kind of funny. As I was out yesterday, I had to make
Not
a few.
to this person driving, I'm sure.
Well, the situation, as I was out, I noticed that an 18-wheeler had broken down. So I pulled over and I took pictures to warn everybody. And as I was snapping pictures, the police department was snapping pictures of me. It was funny.
Oh, really?
This was the scene right here in front of McDonald's is where this was. Right there. Right there at that red light. Of course, that slows down everything when that happens there. Meridian Police Department there again got it blocked there so nobody would run into the back of the truck. A bird's eye view of that.
I feel for people that happens to. That is awful. I've my car's broken down in the middle of a busy street before, and it's just, it's aggravating.
My fuel pump went out at the red light right there at I-20 where Wendy's is one time. Just quit. And then, of course, if that happens to you, climb under your vehicle with a hammer, which I didn't have to get it out of the roadway. Somebody was kind enough to pull me out of the way there till I could get it going again.
Not a great place to break down.
No, it's not. Not always the most, it's just, I had a lady that broke down. She said it was the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me in my life. And it is.
Mm-hmm. Running out of gas, to me, is... I've done that before, and that's the most embarrassing.
I bet it's been more than once.
Me?
Yeah.
No, really. I ran out of... Well, actually, I ran out of gas one time. I was already low on fuel, and if you are, don't ever park on a hill with the nose of your car facing down.
Yeah, it won't grab the gas.
like it's going to go dead, and you'll be out of gas. I mean, seriously. So, I don't know that y'all would do that, but I did that one time.
A lot of people that... and if I'm out of town, I'll always keep a full tank. But around here, I'll let it get on down. I know each vehicle when that red or orange light comes up, you make it another 50 miles.
Yeah. Mine will ding, and it'll say action required.
Angie panics if it gets to that little red light. Just panics. Mm-hmm. It's not so bad. The sheriff's department was rather busy yesterday afternoon. As they were cruising I-20, they noticed that someone made a traffic violation. So they pulled them over as we come here to take a look. And lo and behold, what was in the car? Marijuana. Oh. About 3 pounds of it. As we look at these pictures there, they did make an arrest as they cuffed and stuffed somebody into the back of a patrol car. As we look at these pictures, this was I-20. You can't miss that car. Mm.
Can't have that, folks.
No, you can't. If you're bad about losing your car, paint it orange when you come out of a store. You can't miss it.
Yeah.
No, we don't know yet. We're waiting for details. More information's coming out on this today also as to what was really going on there. We'll find out more, as Ward promised us a press release today about all of that. But pretty serious one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little time down at the big house is what they'll say. We got more on the way as we begin your early Wednesday morning. It's hump day.
It is.
Skeeter girl.
Middle of the week.
Yeah. More on the way with Scotty Ray and Candace.
When you gear up and journey out, with nothing but you and the wilderness for miles, just remember, you're the boss. Steel MS-271 Farm Boss, built for the toughest jobs. Journey onward.
If you're looking for a deal, go to Facebook and type in East Mississippi Online Marketplace. Scroll through all of the pictures that are there and pick the item that you want to bid on. Bids end on Wednesday night and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And the winning bid can pick up the product the next day. Again, it's easy to do. Go to Facebook, type in East Mississippi Online Marketplace, and find the items that you want to bid on and save a bunch of money. That's 2 different auctions, Wednesday and Sunday night. Both sales end at 8 p.m. Oh, it's time to talk again, Candace.
It is.
Welcome back.
Nothing like live TV. Yeah.
Now, we learned that yesterday there was also a robbery in Meridian. We're working on some possibilities of something that happened in the middle of the night last night. Sometimes it takes a few hours before things comes to light as to what actually happened in our city. I found this out yesterday. This happened in the wee hours of Labor Day, when everybody was sleeping late and enjoy their day off. Well, there's a group of folks called criminals that don't take the day off.
Yeah.
They see that as an opportunity. And where do they head? Right on over to MidSouth Tires. They broke into it. Now, they've got a new location. When I found this out, I was like, no, you're on 8th Street. No, I'm not. Here's Meridian Cycles. This is that Highway 19 stretch where we've seen a lot of crime here recently. It would be just to the west of theirs where their new place is. They were broken into. And as you go in this, they ripped out all their cameras, disarrayed everything, and took what they could from inside. And any change and money that was laying around, they grabbed and ran with it. And, well, they also, at the end of it, before they exited the building, opened several cans of motor oil and just dumped it everywhere just to be mean. Now, I'm also told, and I don't have confirmation of this, and this is where I'm as honest as I can be when I say I've just been told, and I have, that there was possibly more burglaries that night that I don't have the list on. I've asked the Meridian Police Department for that information. We'll see if we get that so we can pass that along also to you.
Now, a big old dog in there.
Yeah, that'll make somebody leave in a hurry. Mm-hmm. Ain't it like that sound
or a
of that?
Snake. I hear people don't like snakes.
Yeah, there was a pawn shop that used to do that.
Yeah. Didn't it have a big rattlesnake or something in a
python, I think.
Okay, there was one that had a rattlesnake, I thought, in a big plexiglass.
Them good kind that wrap around your leg, and well, that's the end of you. They drag you off somewhere.
Right.
I watched that movie, and I never again want to see that again.
That anaconda movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
That
either.
was it gives
I
me
don't
the-
even know if snakes can get that big. I wonder if it was just.
I don't want to find out. That was spooky, wasn't it?
Yeah, I did not like
What if that guy Ice-T? wasn't
Ice-T
he?
and Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of it was just you knew that it could not be,
Real.
right? But yeah, I don't know if snakes get that big or not. I don't want to find out though. I won't be going anywhere where they are.
And I got a picture this morning. I'll have to load it a little bit ago. Somebody else has killed a huge rattlesnake in our neck of the woods. These things are out right now as everybody starts getting ready for deer season and bush hogging.
Right.
Remember that.
Well, all the flooding too, I heard brought them, into people's yards. Like the creeks getting out of banks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, I did not know that there were like freshwater eels. I mean, maybe that's a thing, and I didn't know that.
I don't know it either.
But our dogs hemmed up this thing. I've got to get Kurt to send me a picture of it. But anyway, I thought it was a snake at first with no scales. It was an eel, and it was like, where are we at? It's like that long.
Whoa.
And it was an eel. It was the weirdest looking thing. And it was just, I guess, where the creek flooded.
Yeah.
It got out, and it was out in a field, and the dogs got it. But it's nasty looking. Did y'all know that?
I did not know all that.
Yeah. Looked like
Candace,
a snake to me, though.
enlightening all of us on these new creatures we got.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture that I posted of the gator from Oak Tibby?
Yes, I did. Was it a...
It was 8 foot.
Yeah.
Did we show that yesterday, or am I imagining
I don't
that?
think we did.
Let me
It
scroll
was
down
on the
here.
page, but yeah.
And if you're ever thinking about going to Oak Tibby swimming, I
There's
really...
bigger ones than that, too.
Is it?
Yes, there was an 11.5 footer caught years ago in the pond across the road from us on the property. Yeah, 11.5 feet.
I'm trying to
It's been a
scroll
long
down
time
and
ago.
find this. It's way on down the page that we've made so many posts of what's been going on in the area. It's hard for me to grab quickly. Here it is. Now this is. Let me blow this up where everybody can see this. This is what come out of Oak Tibby if you thought about going out there swimming today.
Right.
How y'all like that?
I'm serious when I say if you are inner tubing or swimming or anything like, always be on the lookout. And it worries me when these people come from out of town and they don't know that they're out there, and they're
Right.
just kind of like floating out there in the water. I mean, I don't know.
Like if you're in a bar, be careful who you buy a drink for too. You don't know what's lurking there. She's looking for a husband.
A lot of people say, "Oh, they're scared of you. They're not going to come up to you." No.
Yeah.
I'd be the one to cut my foot. And,
They smell it
right,
like
yeah.
Jaws.
I'd be lunch. Yeah. So. No.
So what happened over the Labor Day weekend as we turn to the Mississippi Highway Patrol? We do find that one death did occur in Lauderdale County from the tractor incident on Highway 80, but statewide, a total of 3 deaths occurred in the state of Mississippi. Now, our boys in blue were busy. As I mentioned earlier, they've got iPads now or something to that degree. They don't do the old ink pen thing, but they wrote over 10,000 citations over the weekend.
Goodness.
I don't know how many.
Much.
Yeah,
Gosh.
I'd like to know how many officers and divide that out because that's a heap.
I wonder what kind of citations. Was a lot of DUIs.
Well, we got 270 impaired driving.
Okay.
270 of them went to jail for that. Shame, shame. They all got
Yeah.
you. Had 143 wrecks. Of that, 46 people were sent to the emergency room with injuries from those
Goodness.
wrecks. And, of course, one of those coming from Lauderdale County, as we saw the kids and that parent that wrecked there on Highway 45 in Marion.
Yes.
What's in the water in Marion on that bypass? It's a nice road, but there always seems to be a wreck there.
Yes, I am seeing a birthday.
Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal Pruitt. Happy birthday. She's 34.
Yeah, I hope it's a
you have
good one there.
Yeah, hope you have a good one.
And as I said, R.I.P. Tractor Dave there. Everybody knew him. And we do pass along condolences to the family there. And I also touched on this of small airports, of what we almost saw turn into a disastrous thing in Tupelo, Mississippi. What is going to be done moving forward as there's no doubt the aviation world now knows we have a problem.
Yeah.
Is it screening people better before they're hired? Is it security at it at all times? And I know it has a lot to do with budget, but he had free access to everything at the airport because he was an employee and turned out to be, is it, for lack of better words, the bad lemon in the bunch?
I mean, it makes you wonder if there were any kind of signs that he was not stable.
Didn't have Bill Engvall there to hold it up.
Yeah. Here's your sign.
He's just to get in the airplane.
But that is scary. Like we talked about yesterday, a number of things could have happened. I mean, even with the plane in the air and being, not aware of its surroundings, because obviously he was not worried about anything like that.
And the scary thing about an airplane after it gets up is that fuel that's in them. Now, it's not like what crashed into the Twin Towers, but it does probably hold anywhere from 300 to 500 gallons in that small of an airplane. The bigger the jet, the more it holds. That can be used to lay ruin somewhere in the United States to someone or something.
Yeah.
And fortunately, he didn't make that move, but there's other people that watch this, as I said, is a copycat person. What are we going to do?
Well, and two, since he is still around, is he going to try something else again? Hopefully they'll take action.
I would say I don't know how the law will do this on how long he will be in jail, but that's a federal offense.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got another birthday there. You need to say happy birthday too.
Marcus Hayes, happy birthday. He's 44. Hope you have a wonderful day too.
Now, I mentioned this earlier, and I'm going to get the information from Cole Pompeia locally, but nationwide, Friday morning at 4:20 a.m., they're going to pay tribute to this young lady who lost her life in Memphis by moms running in her honor. And I think there's a location in the Meridian area where they're going to be doing that. And I'll get that this afternoon. I'll speak with Cole and find out where, who, what, and when. And if you happen to know that, you can post that in the comments so we can pass this along to other people as well. But a very touching thing, bless her heart. And as we read more into this, one of the people that are investigating says this, is there a tie-in to a law firm? The man that this guy went to jail for 20 years that he kidnapped before worked at her uncle's law firm. Is there a tie-in?
I don't know. I had no idea.
Oh, country coming out in her.
I didn't have any idea. Yeah. No, I didn't have any idea that she was a billionaire heiress.
Yeah, she's very rich.
I just didn't know that. I just thought she was a kindergarten teacher. And
in the beginning, I thought it was just a kidnapping. And then I went, whoa, wait a minute, they want cash. And so I thought, even after she was missing, that they were going to find her. But he had plans from the get-go of what he was going to do.
That's just sad because he was an ex-con. He'd been in prison, I think I heard, for
20
years. But it's awful,
And that goes to show that reform doesn't always work in our prisons. How are we going to evaluate all of this? We've got the most crowded prison systems in the world. Is it because there's really no punishment, so people keep committing crimes and they go back to an area that just doesn't make a difference? What needs to be done in the United States to make them stop this? An example. I'm just throwing it out there. Y'all think on that a little while. If you've got
Well, I think that the people who let them out need to be held accountable when they commit, if they commit another crime. Definitely.
Yeah. Awful. Let's look at this just a moment here. Do y'all remember when people were against schools and businesses being shut down because of COVID? And there was a lot of Americans that said, wait a minute, we really think that this is affecting the economy. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
We go to California with a headline this morning that says, the Teachers Association, there was a woman that was paid to dig up dirt on those who was against shutting down schools. There's a word I'm thinking, help me here. Starts with the word blackmail. Isn't that what that really is? Isn't that what that is?
I guess, yeah.
Shame.
Yeah, I guess
and they've got
she was going to dig
email.
up something and tell them if they didn't keep their mouth shut, she was going to expose it or something. I don't know. But
and again,
that's crooked.
We still don't know everything about all that went on with these shutdowns and what information the government actually had. One day, hopefully, it'll be unsealed and we'll know more about this. But that's playing dirty. I don't care what. I don't even know what affiliation this is, if it had a political party or not. But at the end of the day, it's wrong. I don't care what side of the fence you vote on. Wrong.
For the Teachers Association too. It was a
they didn't want to go back to work.
Research assistant.
You remember that? There was a big fight about that, and they were telling them, you got to go back to the classroom, and they're going, no. And as we find out, it has extremely hurt our children and their learning of being with others in a group instead of being at home. And I'm not knocking parents. Y'all don't get me wrong. You have to work.
Yeah.
And then that leaves a child at home to kind of tend to themselves and do their homework.
Well, they're like we were talking about yesterday with some stuff. They stay on an iPad or they stay up watching TV. You know, there's no motivation to do any kind of learning, really. You know.
That's correct.
And so, yeah, it did hurt a lot of kids.
I see
Put them
Marcus.
behind. You know.
Did you mention Marcus having a birthday, or did I overlook?
I
Okay,
did.
I want to make sure Marcus got his birthday wish in there.
We did.
As we talk about this, Biden's COVID coordinator, his headline this morning to Americans is, God gave us two arms, one for the flu shot and the other for the COVID shot. Again, it's your choice and what your doctor tells you if you want the COVID shot. Some agree with it, some don't. But I'm not taking that flu shot. Maybe it's coincidence, but every time I've ever taken that thing, I've gotten sick that year.
Yeah.
Every time.
Well, it's kind of,
Is it a myth?
I don't know. This COVID shot stuff, though, to me, there's a lot of controversy going on.
Oh,
about
absolutely.
It.
It's families fighting over that one.
Well, it is. I definitely do not think people should have lost their jobs if they didn't get it.
Nope.
There's even one business or organization that is trying to make the spouse be vaccinated.
That was if your whole family wasn't.
Right.
And we saw for the first time not long ago, and I don't remember the state to where it was some nurses that sued over this that lost their job, and they have won the lawsuit where they were wrongfully terminated.
Right.
Because it was of their religious beliefs not to take that.
I just want to know, I guess, because
how many licks to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Yeah. I'm sure that's in your head.
I just want to know facts, about stuff. Like, why is it that they keep pushing the agenda of the shot if it is not keeping somebody from giving it to somebody else, or if it's not keeping them from getting it? Because I know people that's been vaccinated, boosted, double boosted, whatever, and they've gotten it like 3 times, and their spouse got it from them. So what are we doing here?
It doesn't say that you won't get it. It's supposed to keep you out of the hospital.
That's how they started out. They said that you would not get it. That was the exact words. You get the shot.
But it was changed there, and when they said, well, wait a minute, it will keep you from going to the hospital in the end. When I took mine, and that's the reason I did it, was to stay away from the hospital.
What I do know that there's stuff in question about issues that people are having now. But
yeah, and I don't know about research. I don't know enough about that.
That's why I was just stuff in question. I mean, you can dig into it and find out yourself. But.
Remember this, as we look at some more headlines across America, when you go out on an outing, maybe it's this dream vacation that you've always wanted, keep in mind where you're going and what you're going to be without. As we find that a father of, how many kids did he have? 6 kids, 4 kids. And he was 32 years old. He was off with a group of 6 other people, went out in Arizona on a hike. They ran out of water, and they all died. How horrible a death that would be.
That's awful.
Wandered off into that. And, there's, Death Valley. Don't ever get off in there without gas. Don't wander off if you don't know where you are. If you're not from that part of the United States, be careful with that. I do see, and this comes to us, what state is this from? Idaho, Boise, Idaho. The police chief, as we all know, they have outlawed nationwide the chokehold.
Yes.
He was demonstrating to his fellow officers how it's done and what not to do. Broke the neck of the person that he was doing it on. He's not going to be charged. It's been ruled there. But what a tragic accident. And the guy, where this lawsuit comes into this, the guy didn't know he was going to do it. He just reached over and grabbed him and used him as an example. Broke his neck.
That's scary.
Workplace.
Horrible for him and the guy that,
Whew. You don't even think that something like that could happen.
Yeah, I guess, what if the guy already had neck issues, or
if
you just grab somebody and they're not aware you're fixing to do it, it could just snap their neck. So
that's right.
Scary.
So something to keep in mind. That's some of the headlines that are happening across the nation in those areas there. Already 8:28 this morning. How you feeling? We do hope you're doing good. We got a bunch of I didn't mention the hurricane situation. Let's just quickly, let me show you here what we've got here on our maps of what's out there stirring, because nothing has come to the Gulf yet. But look at this. We've got 3 of them out there. We've got Danielle, who is a Cat 1 at 81 miles an hour, moving northeast at 14. Now, we've got Earl. Don't you just love a hurricane named Earl? Earl is going to...
Here comes Earl.
81 miles an hour moving north at about 7 is what we've got there. Earl's going to be a little bit stronger than this girl here. And now we've got 2 that are developing here off the coast of Africa. 60% chance and 20% chance there. We don't know what they'll become, but we're going to watch that. That's a bunch of them out there developing. 4. More to follow on that. We've got so much more to come. We thank y'all for coming in and commenting.
Yes, we appreciate all your comments.
We'll be right back. Time to stop spending your entire weekend mowing grass. Step up to a Skag zero-turn lawnmower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. And since we're talking about this, and you pointed out you weren't real sure which way Earl was headed.
Yeah, I thought it was maybe headed towards Florida, but he said it's not.
Here's Earl right here. As we look at it this morning, Earl is sitting at 81 miles an hour, north at 6 miles an hour, and it's going to reach a Category 3. Look at this as we zoom in on this. It'll reach Category 3 by Friday afternoon. Friday morning, actually, at 1 a.m. as it goes this way. And again, not going to be affecting land. Here is Danielle right here. She's going to go up this way. And you hadn't heard mention of this old girl over here that is a tropical depression. Well, that's her. She's going to flip and go back this direction.
That's all.
And again, it's not anything that's going to affect us. Over here on the West Coast, we've got another one that is going to bring rain to California. It's a Category 2 right now. We hadn't talked about Kay a whole lot, but she's moving up this West Coast and will go on out. But bet you may there's going to be some rain here in Mexico and bring some rain into California area also. That's what's happening with our hurricanes right now. Nothing serious, but keep it in mind if you're planning a vacation. Maybe you've been planning that yacht trip, or what do you call it, a boat trip?
Yeah.
What do they call those?
It's the season for hurricanes.
Yes, it is.
Let's hope they don't come anywhere near our Gulf Coast.
If you were thinking about going gator hunting today off the coast of Louisiana down near Houma, you're going to get wet. I'm looking at radar now.
Yeah.
Let's take a minute. Let's go back in time. Let's look at a few things that happened on this date, Candace. Always good to know. And I never thought about it, but it wouldn't be until 1813 in the United States that it would get this term. Do y'all remember this one? Uncle Sam. It got it on this date because it was stamped U.S. on some barrels there, and somehow or another it got Uncle Sam as the short term for it.
Right.
Short term. That didn't make sense. What I was trying to say. Nickname is what I was trying to say. But been happening since 1813 there. 1936, Texas was proud of this guy. He made his mark on the world. Anybody remember a guy named Buddy Holly? Born on this day. Peggy Sue. What was your favorite one? That'll Be the Day. What was your favorite, Buddy Holly?
That'll Be the Day.
That'll Be the Day. And, of course, Waylon Jennings walked away from that little incident unscathed. 1949, what was the #1 song in America? Well, who cares about 1949? Well, it was a big day. This is one of those that just kind of lingers around. Got a feeling called the Lovesick Blues. Hank Williams had the #1 song in America on this date. He was the man. The Hillbilly Shakespeare. Did you watch, and every time I still watch it, I laugh, because it was absolutely fun. Did you ever watch Major League?
I did. I want to say I went to the movie theater and watched that, and then I've seen it before, too.
And I referred to this guy as, he thought he was a little bit better than the rest of the team. I can't remember the character's name, but if you'll remember him, his real name is Corbin Burnson.
He was kind of the preppy guy on the team.
And he have like an affair with his wife or something? I think, that's what the argument was the whole game. He had no idea that it was his wife.
Yeah.
And he ended up kissing her or something at a bar, and it was hatred throughout it. But boy, what a funny movie that was.
The guy that he's got his arm around over here, though.
Oh, I know him.
What else did he played on something else?
He was in one of those Rambo type movies there. He was a mercenary. And I can't think of his name.
I can't either.
But
seems like he didn't do a whole lot of movies, but
he was good at what he done.
Yeah.
Is it Tom Berenger? Is that his name?
I don't know.
I almost feel like that's his name.
Or maybe he did do more movies than I think, and I just didn't see it.
I think that's who that is. I could be wrong there. Y'all fill me in if you know. 1949 was a great year, Laura said. Were you born that year or something, girl? And Linda, you're right. I couldn't think of the word cruise a minute ago. What was wrong with me? I have those days where I just don't remember things, and that was one of them. I almost feel like you would have been perfect for this part, just flying around town, checking on people. Anybody remember 1967? The Flying Nun premiered on this date.
Yeah, I've watched it before, but
That was not a pretty hat.
no, it's not.
You have to really be committed to be a nun or a monk. I'm not sure that that's the life for me.
Yeah.
Tom Barrett, I'm right, Bill said.
Okay.
I thought so. Thank you. Appreciate
He
that.
was on a lot more movies that I just didn't know. So
Anybody remember, and as a kid, I remember Saturday mornings getting up watching this. They drove around in the motorhome, and I think it aired for like 2 years. Anybody remember the little thing on Saturday morning called Shazam?
I did not watch that.
Where were you?
I don't know, but I
Did
wasn't
your
in front of the
tinfoil
TV.
not work like the rest of us?
I guess not. I don't know.
We didn't get many shows on Saturday, and that was one of them there.
Yeah, I remember getting up really early though to watch cartoons on Saturday, and you only had 3 channels, you know,
Yeah.
and the Road Runner and Bugs Bunny. That was big back in the day. So
Yeah, I always loved Belvedere. Oh, Belvedere, where are you, boy?
yeah,
You remember that little dog would chase him, trying to impress him?
yeah. What was the big rooster too?
Rooster. Oh, I almost said-
Foghorn Leghorn.
Foghorn
Yeah.
Leghorn. I almost said Rooster. What's his name from the movie? Cogboy.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I remember this as we're talking about cartoons that have forever gone away. I don't even know when this went away, but it was back when Kung Fu was popular in the United States in the 70s. Anybody remember Hong Kong Phooey?
Yeah, I do remember that.
He was kind of crazy, but boy, it sure brought a smile to a lot of kids' faces.
Yeah.
Everybody was Kung Fu
That was the real
fighting.
cartoons back then.
Yeah.
And I remember getting excited about the paper too, like the funnies in the paper.
Like a newspaper?
Yeah, the newspaper where you would look at the comic strip.
That's because you take your Play-Doh and put
I
on
was
them.
going to say, because we always got our Play-Doh out and did the image on our Play-Doh. It was really neat.
What fun it was. 1977, you'd wake up and this was the #1 song on radio. And boy, she was a hot thing back in the day. Not so much now, but in 77, she had it going on. Crystal Gayle had the #1 song called Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue. She was a pretty thing.
She was pretty. I haven't seen her lately, but I'm sure she still is pretty.
Yeah. Here's 1985. I don't know why you don't want me. Well, I could write you a list of why I don't want you. But it also was the #1 song in 85. This is Roseanne Cash, Johnny's daughter. She did win a Grammy, believe it or not. I see her Facebook post nowadays. I don't think she's performing a whole lot these days, and I'll leave it at that. 1985. Who made the cover of TV Guide? And it was popular at the time. It was like America's Family, so to
Yeah.
speak. It was the Good Guys. Anybody ever watch that?
Yeah. I loved it back in the day. I mean, I really did. I always say back in the day.
That was
But yeah, I loved that show, and I was so disappointed when I found out all that mess.
So did you like that better or the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Because Will Smith was absolutely funny during that.
Yeah, I mean, well, I liked it better.
And the little guy
as far as funny goes, but I liked the Cosby Show because it was like seemed like it was more wholesome. You know, what I'm saying?
Isn't whatever his name was is now doing America's Funniest Home Videos, isn't he? His brother
What is
or his
his
first
name?
cut?
Alfonso.
His real name?
Yeah,
Ah,
Alfonso. I don't know what his last name is, but yeah, he always did that dance.
Yeah.
when it was.
But that was funny. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
It's not
This guy, I bring up this
unusual.
next guy because to this day he is still. And let me say this: I don't know anything about his music, but I do know who he is, and that it was huge in the rap world. And for those
Yeah.
of you that are into rap, he was I think a legend. He was shot on this day. Tupac was shot, and he would later die a few days later from now. But he
Yeah.
was shot on this date.
Yeah, that was it. And you know, when he was shot, it wasn't long. I want to say it was around the same time that there was another rapper, Big something. I don't know what his name was, but there was another one or two more after that was shot.
I absolutely know nothing, and I'm honest about things that I don't know. I do know Run DMC. Is that rap?
I don't know
Walk
what you
This
call
Way.
that.
Wasn't that the name of that song? Or was it Park This Way? She said
Walk
Park.
This Way.
Walk This Way.
Yeah.
They did a
Walk
remake of
This
This Way.
Yeah, they did a remake, I think. I don't know. I don't think it was rap, though. It was not rap. It was more like, I guess, like
Is it
rock.
Eminem or Enema? What is his
Oh,
name?
my God.
It's spelled Enema.
It's not
isn't it?
Enema. No.
You sure?
M and M.
Listening to
Yeah.
him makes me want to have one of those. horrible. It's just not my cup of tea, but I do realize that I don't represent everybody. There's got to be somebody that likes it.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea either,
but he's gotten a lot of awards out there.
Yeah.
Alfonso.
Let's hope you don't ever see this.
Somebody said Biggie Smalls. Is that a rapper?
Maybe that is the one. Is he the one that was shot too? Because I know there was a couple more after Tupac.
And it was, Summer says it was Walk This Way. Run DMC used to Walk This Way in their song. Hey, that's right. See, I do know a few things. And I do remember, what was that song when I was in 5th grade? Really the first time that rap ever made it into a song. The Sugar Hill Gang. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Mm-mm. The Sugar Hill Gang. It was, I'll leave it at that because I don't know any of the words, but it seems like years. I
will say rap music would be one of the hardest things to be able to sing. I don't prefer rap music, but you got to be talented to be able to do rap.
Well, I was watching, what was that, just the other night there, Yellowstone, and they even had Indians doing on the reservation rap.
Oh, really?
About being on the reservation. I was like, wow. I saw that. I really did. More coming up. Thank y'all for being a part of this. We got so much more to share before we run out of time this morning. More news stories that's shaping our nation this morning.
On this field, as on the gridiron, each inch is fought for and marked by sweat. Each inch taken through disciplined training. With a Kubota L2501 tackling each inch in the trenches, whether those inches are measured here or here, all adding up to yards. For each yard, Kubota measures victory, and the touchdown is Parish Tractor. Here, we're much more than a tractor store.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Patrick Allen Companies services and repairs all brands of overhead doors, residential and commercial. Our service technicians are factory trained and have over 125 years of combined experiences. At Patrick Allen Companies, we are not interested in being the biggest, just the best. At Patrick Allen Companies, our philosophy is simple. We want to give you more than you expect. We are just 4 miles south of Meridian on Highway 145. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as let's talk about Farm Supply before I name what, we got some smart folks out there. Yeah. Farm Supply, and you'll find them there. If you got anything to do with farming, you're doing something in your yard, they're like the folks that know it all. They'll tell you exactly what to put on your grass to make it grow. They'll tell you all about the chickens and get you ready for deer season. Mm-hmm. They got so much to choose from there. If you need a scent for your clothes, they've got that. If you need boots for hunting, cameras, well, even as we get over and get you into a tent, maybe you need a new feeder this year. All there as we get geared up for another great season. Bow season right around the corner, as you'll see that, with furniture for the back door, even if you need a rug for that back door, for that back way out in the back porch. Yeah. You got flowers to beautify your place, spruce it up, and get you ready for fall.
That's right. If you want to decorate for fall, their gift shop is fully stocked with ribbon and floral stuff.
Anything that looks Thanksgiving-ish.
Yes.
Yeah, they got that ball caps, and, well, they even got overalls for us folks that like all those pockets. Mm-hmm. You need a good pair of work boots? You'll find that also. Guns, feed, well, it's all there for you at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Exit 151, right off the interstate. Drop in and visit with them today. You'll bump into somebody you know. I always do. It takes me an hour to get out of there.
Yeah.
As we were talking about the song,
mm-hmm. Yes, somebody named the song as Rapper's Delight.
The Sugar Hill Gang.
That you were looking for.
Yeah, and I don't know the words to it, but I just remember being in 5th grade and somebody humming that every day, and I was like, what is that? George Strait never done it, of course.
Yeah. I was telling Scotty Ray, to do rap, you would have to be verbally coordinated. And I'm not verbally.
And I'm going to be honest with y'all. That's all country music is now. Mm-hmm. Whatever you call that stuff, that's what it's turned into. Some guy named really started it. I remember getting the CD and throwing it away. A guy named Colt Ford. Mm-hmm. And I thought, what in the world is this country turning into? And that was the start of it. Now it's all about beer and tailgates and rapping in country music. It doesn't paint a story anymore.
There are a few of the new artists that keep it country. and I'm glad. Like Luke Combs, I think.
He's a good
country.
guy.
I like listening to Chris Stapleton, so he's a little bit country, a little bit.
He's blues is what I call it.
Yeah, but he's like country blues or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I like him.
Yeah, so that's out there. If you're choosing music, that's different there. As we look at some more headlines that are across America this morning, let's turn and look here. 4-star general says, what is happening? And he says, we are in a mess, folks. Why? He says Americans are overweight, they're lazy, and they're not joining the military. Even if they did join the military, he's afraid that, well, they couldn't do anything. They've gotten too relaxed sitting at home. And this is the question of where the world is headed. Do we need to bring back to where when you turn 18 years old, they ship you off for about 6 weeks there and teach you a thing or two about life?
Well, yeah,
I'm all for it.
Well, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing to learn responsibility, and they do teach that. But I don't think there's any boundaries anymore. And if there are boundaries, people adjust it so that it suits them. So it's really not a boundary. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we need to do something here. It's the lowest enlistment since the Vietnam War. But people are just not interested in joining anymore. And if something were to happen, most people wouldn't know what to even do to survive. Any survival skills. Mm-hmm. And that's what basic training kind of helps. Do we need to back up and rethink all this?
Well, I'm going to just say this. I think all this wokeness that's going on, that's even ventured into our military stuff, I think that's turned a lot of people off from it.
It could, yes.
So maybe that's the thing. I think they need to get all the wokeness out of everything.
Yeah, they were toting flags that weren't the United States flag, and it just is. This is the military. Mm-hmm. Anita says she loves her some Colt Ford. Bill says he listened to it once. I'm with Bill. I'm on that train there.
Yeah.
Let's see. A lot of other folks have seen him before there. He was big. They brought in a different audience there.
Jeremiah Johnson said he likes metal, like heavy metal, I guess.
Yeah, not quite my cup of tea.
Yeah, a lot of people do like that, though.
I remember going to prom, and somebody said they had a CD of prom, and I thought, who are those women? It turned out they were all guys, and I didn't know that. They had hair down to about right here.
Yeah.
I didn't know the difference.
I don't mind the, heavy metal music, like the instrumental part of it, but the screaming some of these people did, just screaming everything they wanted to sing.
Let me go on the record saying it's not for me, or will it ever be? I'll have to leave your event if you do that. We got an issue coming in the United States. It's the biggest strike ever, as 350,000 United States postal workers demand better conditions, even though their delivery drivers already earn up to $95,000 a year. It's a broke system. Well, something's got to be done.
I don't think they have air conditioning in their vehicles, but I definitely think they should.
Heat
and air.
Do you think it would make them less grumpy? Is that?
I don't know, but I mean, it's burning up hot. And, we saw where
you definitely need air.
Collapse, and did he die? A UPS guy one time, not too long ago. I know he had
UPS or United States Postal Worker. This is United States Postal.
Oh, well, this said UPS workers.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. Am I wrong? Oh, yes, I am wrong. That is UPS that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they have heat or air in their vehicle. They might have heat, but I know they don't have air. I'm pretty sure. Because the two girls I work with, their husbands are UPS.
Candace just called me out on that. I was totally wrong. I got the two entities mixed up. This is the Brown.
Yeah.
So,
you just missed.
I missed that last
USPS.
I did.
Yeah. But anyway.
So we're looking at where they're possibly going to strike, but you pay for that service there. That's an extra one. FedEx, who's better? I read last week where FedEx is running into a problem of keeping drivers, as it's going to crash at some point.
Yeah.
Whew. People go to strike, and you're not going to get your Amazon deliveries
unless they do those drones to your house. That would just be crazy.
That is coming. You and I may never see it in our lifetime, but one day that will happen there.
All I know is I ordered a package from Amazon. Supposed to get it Saturday. Hadn't got it yet.
Connie says they didn't have air when she was a postal carrier there, and all that came about there. When you remember that, what was that slogan? When you absolutely have to have it the next day.
Yeah, that's kind of like me. It's the birthday present. I need my package, but I understand things happen. But
Janet, watching us from Colorado, thank you so much there.
Yes,
this is where we really get into problems with our justice system, and I totally think we need to rethink, because we've got a lot of laws, we just don't use them. We have a judge, and this happened, let me see what state that this was in, Los Angeles, California, who declared a mistrial of someone because he felt the defendant didn't get enough sleep the night before in jail. Now, think about that really hard of what I just said.
What I say, like that not that long ago, people are made of glass.
I just...
Poor baby. He didn't get enough sleep. Probably didn't get enough salt on his food and everything else.
He robbed a McDonald's is what he did with a gun. That's considered armed robbery. But the judge felt, well, bless his heart, he needed more rest before he came up here, before he got sentencing. A mistrial. Can y'all believe that?
It's ridiculous.
We need to start with elections. That's where it all begins.
And this is what's wrong with our country. A lot of this is what's wrong with our country. People are getting out of jail when they need to stay in jail, staying on death row for years and years when they've committed just awful, crimes and murders. And
we never were able to go to take our kids, and I hate that I didn't get to surprise them and do these type of things, but it just never fit into our family budget. But like Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida, or if you go to Mickey Mouse, did you see these prices for a one-day visit for a family of 4?
Oh, I know it's expensive. I know a lot of people that's gone.
Look at this.
Yeah.
In the end, it cost them $1,100 for one day to take them, the 2 parents and the 2 kids. $1,100. Not a lot of people can afford that out of their...
Right.
And Mickey Mouse may be even more than that.
Most of my, with the exception of my youngest one, my other kids have pretty much all gone, I think. But I didn't take them because I never could. We couldn't afford to take them. But they've gone with a school trip or something, friends. But that is crazy expensive.
Yeah.
It's really overkill, really. I mean, it is. So.
But what they've done as families have quit going as much because of they've gotten so political in some of these things that represent kids that they've gone up on the prices of the people that still come to cover the cost of those who quit going. That's a few things happening in America
The way
today.
that I feel about it, I don't even want to go now that...
I get that.
I mean, yeah.
Already 8:51 with Scotty Ray and Candace. It is Wednesday morning. Put a smile on. We'll make you smile before it's all said and done. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings. Fresh peaches, $1.99 a pound. Fresh corn 3-pack, $2.49. Vidalia onions, a 3-pound bag, $3.99. Refreshing Gatorade drinks, 8-pack, $6.99. Twin-pack Boston butt, $1.99 a pound. And certified Angus beef boneless ribeye steaks, family pack, $12.99 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. Well, if you've walked outside today and noticed that something on your house doesn't look exactly clean, or maybe it's your business, talk to our friends at Godwin. They're busy this morning as they've got the trucks loaded up out and washing things. That's a soft wash. What they do is, whether it's brick, if you've got rock on your home, or maybe it's vinyl siding, they get rid of all this gunk and make it look new once again. Even if you've just got a painted house, they can do this and it'll save you thousands of dollars. Maybe your roof needs a new facelift there. Even the shingle roofs, they'll work great with this. And, of course, your metal roofs as well. It makes it look brand spanking new once again, as though there's even the slate roofs. Maybe it's a driveway, or you've got just a simple sidewalk or that front porch that's turned, that brownish black look, mildewy. They'll get rid of that, make it look fresh. Clean windows, whether it's a back deck or your steps going up to that deck. They can fix it, make it look great. Talk to them again. Get on a schedule there, 253-8262, where they drop by once, twice, maybe 4 times a year. Whatever your need is, they can work with that to take care of you. Godwin Cleaning, some of the best of the folks that you'll find that do this in our area. Yes. Affordable on top of it as well. A lot of folks watching this morning. We appreciate y'all.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, let's see here. A U.S. diplomat was accidentally struck on his bicycle. Did you hear about this?
No, I did not.
42 in Washington, D.C. His wife had just moved to town, but she doesn't know what she's going to do now. All too many times. It's dangerous. And you remember the airplane wreck crash that we mentioned yesterday, the civil rights leader that was on there? And y'all have to, I apologize before I say this, I just don't know who the young lady is, but an actress named Megan Hilty, Smash actress, her sister was on board that with her brother-in-law was on the same plane. It was 9 people that went down with that.
Goodness.
And I'm just not familiar with who she is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've not heard of Smash.
Did.
Is that a show or like a...
Who is this Harry Styles guy that keeps making the news?
Yeah, he's an actor. That's all I know.
I look at him and go, who are you and why are people talking about you? Well, let's see here. We have another teacher that's charged with raping of an underage child. Another female this time as we look at this. That goes on and on across America.
Gosh.
I'm
surprised that a mama hadn't got a hold of some of these people.
And we brought up out at Oktibbe earlier, but this happens in Florida. We had 2 80-something-year-old ladies that were attacked by alligators that were like at a resort standing too close to the water. We had someone else attacked yesterday in Florida. They lived, but got pretty banged up from an alligator down too close to the edge of the water, and they come out.
You know, do you remember the 2-year-old boy around the Walt Disney Resort?
Yes.
He was just standing at the edge of the water, and that happened to him. I think he was 2 or 3, just a young little boy. And I think it was around dark almost. It's scary, though, because they are fast creatures.
Ooh,
very fast.
I ain't messing with one. I see up in Missouri, this is a pretty neat little deal. You hear about shipwrecks and things. 1870, a ship sunk. Well, it's been such a drought there this summer that you now see the boat that sunk in 1870. A little how do you say that word? Logical?
Archaeological.
Say that 3 times. Yeah. There's certain words that tongue twist me, and that's one of them there. But pretty neat for them to find that. Let's see here. They had neat. Somebody else in Memphis got kidnapped. Did you see this? It's a mom and a 1-year-old son that was kidnapped outside of a Target. Midday robbery. And this happened right before that other lady was kidnapped.
That's scary.
For whatever reason, this one hasn't made the national attention, as did the heiress.
Try to be aware of your surroundings when you're coming out of a store.
Yes.
Don't be on your phone, and I would just look, and if there's anybody sitting in vehicles, just be well aware of it.
And we'll find out more information on this about the run that's going to celebrate the life of this young lady that's going to happen Friday all across the nation. We'll tell you about where it will be in our area. That's coming up I think, Friday. But we'll get all the particulars of it so that you can know about that.
Yes.
Anything that we've forgotten that's really important?
I don't think so. I don't think.
Now, if you encounter something today, inbox us on Facebook or email us at ScottyRay1969 at AOL. Visit with us.
Right. If you have a birthday, happy birthday. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: